It's Gaynor again. I've been having a tinker around with a shirt, well, like a blazer card with a dicky bow, but mine turned out too wide for some reason. Yeah, I asked it to be 4¼ by 5½, and this turned out 4½ by 5¾ So I've checked the measurements again. Isn't it cute? I haven't stamped anything inside yet. I should have, well, you can put a birthday, Father's Day, whatever you want. I've left it blank, so it's up to you. Isn't that cute? And then you could obviously pull out the back to write your message on the back, which is quite cute. And I love it. So I think I might have the measurements right now. So I cut it 8 by 8, and according to your envelope punch board, to have it 4 by 5½, it's 7 1/8 by 7 1/8. But look what I want. I wanted 4¼ by 5½, and yeah, it's only 1/8 bigger. So I'm going to go to the 4. I can see it now. 4 1/8. No, I can't see. My glasses, I need my new glasses. My eyesight is awful. So I've got to get me really magnifying glasses on. So 4¼ by 5 was 8 by 8. So I want 4 by 5½, which is 7 7/8 by 7 7/8, which is that piece. Whew. Right, I've got to do it this time. Fingers crossed it works out. But yeah, so we're going to put this in at 3 3/8. So 3 3/8, and you're going to punch and score, and then you're going to line up all your lines, punch and score. Make sure you line them up perfectly. Punch and score. And in again. Punch and score. Yay! Ta 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 ta. That's all we need that for now. Get rid of your bits. Bring your trimmer in now. Oh, shaving. I'm battering everything. I'm going to cut these flaps off. So line your trimmer, your paper up on your trimmer, right on those lines, and just trim them off. You can save them. We can use them on something. We're going to make that little pocket. We're going to do that out of the, oh, what's it called? The bow maker punch. So lining that up on there and there. And then slice it off. You don't need it. See how it... Lovely. I'm going to give that another little skimming because it doesn't look perfectly straight to me. That's better. Tiny little piece. I've got a file here because it gets rid of these rough edges. And it's just a nail buffer. Because you want your card looking spanking. But these are perfect birthday cards, Father's Day cards. Lost my scissors. So just trimming up these little rough edges. There we go. I can put my other glasses back on now. Oof, they're strong, really strong. So now we're going to fold our flaps in. Take our bone folder and give them a really crisp edge. See, I can see how it's a little bit rough there. I'm not cutting, I'm just snipping off. And we're going to fold these in as well. So let me check the width now. Yay, it's finally 4¼ by 5 3/4. And it will, that's for the card. That's why it was too big, because I was doing it for thinking it was the size of the card, and it's actually the size of the envelope to fit the card. So now we've got it down to 4 1/4 by 5 3/4. So yay, you got it right. I'm a nutter, aren't I? So I've decided to use a different piece of card. This is going now. What you're going to do is you're going to lay this flat, because your pattern is going to be running these ways. Push this right up to the edge and fold it over. Let me see if I can do it this way. Lay your card flat, push this down to the score line, giving yourself a little border all the way around. Grab a pen and then just follow it round. But whatever you do, don't throw any of this away, because you're going to need that for the other side. And I should have turned it over so I haven't got lines. That is going to be on our, but you could use either side. I'm a silly Billy, but now you're just going to trim. I would trim just inside that line, because you do end up having to trim a little bit off anyway. So it's a bit of a curved edge, so come around the curve and cut down. And that is going to adhere to your card. You don't worry about that. You will have a whole overhang slightly, because we just cut inside that mark. What I'm going to do with this one, I'm going to turn it over. So now we're going to do the same on this side. And don't worry that you've got that. This is all going to get stuck down. So again, marking your card. Draw around that side. And then there's that flat. And then cut those lines out as well. Cute little card though, isn't it? I've had a lot of you ladies sending some mail cards with little vests and stuff, so I thought, oh, I'll have a go at one of them. I'll just trim that last little bit off the end. Keep these pieces. You can make a little scarf to stick out the pocket, so we're going to keep those. So this now is going to get adhered to this side. And this one is going to get adhered to this side. And that's how your card is going to look when we've closed it. So I'm going to glue those on now. Use a little bit of Tombow. You can use snail, fast fuse, you know, it's entirely up to you. But I like the Tombow when it decides to come out. It's got a little bit of wiggle space. You don't want too much. You don't want it oozing out the sides, basically. I'm just going to hold my flat down. And I'm going to push that down. And you see you've got little overlines. You're going to trim those off. Again, I'm going to glue this one. How cute. Again, you're going to have a little bit of a hangover, so I'm going to use my larger scissors and see where you got them. I'm just going to trim and take them off. Because I use glue, it's sticking to my scissors. Don't have to be perfect here, because this bit is going inside the card anyway, so. Oh, there we go, just neaten up the edges. And we've got none on this side, but we've got a little bit here. So there's your waist. So there's your little card. This bit you're not going to see at all because this is going to get adhered over there. Isn't that cute? So we're going to add glue. I'm going to use fast fuse actually. I'm going to use it about there on that corner. So I'm just going to make, oh yeah, see it pop up, but then I know it's not, it's going to glue to the back of my card. So that is that. Ooh, here comes the scary bit now. I'm using thick Whisper White. This is going in here. And see how it's a little bit bigger? It's about ½ an inch bigger. So what we're going to do now, fetch the trimmer back in. And we're going to cut 1 inch either side. So it's about, I'm going to go to 5/8 of an inch. And this is on 4, so we cut to 3. Lift your blade, take it to the other end and come in to 1. And then we're going to do then, it doesn't look a little, actually needs a little tad more I think. That's all, and then you're going to take about 1/4 inch just off the sides. Squeeze the scissors and make sure that's straight. Perfect. Only about 1/4 inch you want, but now we're going to manipulate. I'm going to use my bone folder actually to break down the fibres. I can't do it that way. That's it. What you do is push your collar so it meets right in the middle there, and then you can push it flat. So, and there's your little collar. What you're going to do then is going to grab 2 dimensionals and you're going to stick them under the flaps. Under each flap, and peel the backings off. And then you're going to push them down. That way your shirt doesn't look too flat up the top. And then when you pop this back inside your card, it's perfect. Doesn't matter about that. I did go and use my corner rounder, which I should have done first, because men don't have square shoulders. And just rounded up the corners, just to give it that human look. And I know I should have done this beforehand, and it's not quite the best corner in the world. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my snips and see the bits hanging over, and I'm just going to curve it naturally. Round off those corners a little bit. That's better. So we've got more manly shoulders. Why does that look? See, I should have done it beforehand, because I've got little bits hanging over now. See them? That's better. Better. That slides in there now. Isn't that cute? Right, we're going to cut a bow out, and I'm going to use my Night of Navy again. And you're going to cut 2 of each of these out. There we go. I'm sure my card is thick. It was coming apart earlier, but you don't have to throw that away. You're going to need these 2 tassels. You can put them on if you want, but I liked it without the tails. But I suppose you can. Let's try one with tails. Again with your bone folder. Just going to manipulate your bows. Your bows. Yeah, the bows. And I'm going to use glue dots. I did use glue dots earlier, but my card seemed to separate. So that's because instead of me applying the glue dot, I was trying to rip it off because these are really strong, my glue dots are. Just push them together and squeeze. Little curvy, aren't they? Push those together and squeeze. And what I do to keep when I'm pressing them down later, I feed that through because I stuck my bowl stack in the centre and one each on the bowl, on the loop, because this isn't sitting far enough down. These are the ones poking out. So just push them in there and it rounds them right off. So let's grab another few glue dots. And I'm going to add one here. And I'm going to place those together. Try and keep them straight and lined up. Now you're going to keep one of those for your pocket edge. Isn't that cute? Love it. So I'm going to add glue dots. I'm adding them all the way along, but because I don't want it to fall off. And they've all just curled up. So laying this across the front. Just wrap them around now. And squeeze it so it doesn't come apart. That's a bit crooked, so I'm going to fet that out. And tuck it round properly. That's better. So let's try it with the tails on this time. Seeing how far you want your tail across, just to push it down. Perfect, isn't that gorgeous? And then to puff these up again, just poke them in there and push them together a little bit. Perfect. So, oops, I've got a handful of glue dots. Take them, put one there, and one there. And I'm a bit wobbly there for some reason. Stick to your nails, everything. See how that's wobbling? I'm just going to lift that up, attach one to there. My stomach's going mental here. There's my little dicky bow. And just going to push them, and when you push this in, you can press your glue dots down without crushing your little bow, and if you pull them up, you've got a bit more of a bounce on there. Isn't that cute? Love it. And not only that, your bow tie stops your card from falling out the bottom. So now with our... Oh, I've got an itch. This is the bit we had left over from the bow. So what I'm going to do, I'm looking at my... I obviously don't want the same colours, but do I want that on there the same colour? Trying to think now, but let me have a look at my scraps then. I have... What colour is that? I'm trying to find some translucide. Yeah, that's translucide. So what I'm going to do with my bow maker again, I'm just going to punch one of those little strips out. Because that's all I need. And it's not... I think my punches need sharpening. I'll have to work out how you do that. So I'm going to pop that on there so it looks like a little hanky poking out the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue that on. My husband goes nuts. Because that's the outside, I'm just going to pop that on top. I'm going to trim around those edges now. My stomach is rumbling like mental. Trim them up. And there's my little hanky sticking out the pocket. Isn't that cute? Well, yeah. I could have picked a better colour. Let's have a look. Let's go for a bit of lemon lime twist. Ooh, that would really stick out. Wouldn't that be better? What do you reckon? That onto there instead. Oh my word, that is so cute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue that. I'm going to give it double the strength actually. And I'm just gluing that on the top. And now that's my pocket. Oh, I love it. I love it. I'm just going to trim that edge because it doesn't look like it's quite square on. That's better. Now I'm going to add my glue to here. And I'm going to line that on my pocket. Push that down there. Oh my, can you hear the floorboards creaking? My house creaks. Yes, it creaks. And that looks straight enough to me. So I've got these little buttons. They are retired, but you can use the truly tailored buttons. I don't have any at the moment. So I'm going to grab a glue dot or two. And I'm using one of these lovely little buttons there. I'm going to attach them on the back, lining up my buttonholes. And there's my little, that's my little jacket. All that's left to do now is decide whether I want it as a birthday card, a Father's Day card, a thank you card, any type of card I want. So I hope you like the basis of this and give it a go. And yeah, you can decide what message. You could put a message here. I wouldn't. I would basically stamp a message in the centre so it looks hidden. This now will fit in a normal size envelope. It should do. Let me have a look. Oh, watch it not now. Just, if you tuck that in a little bit more, just a little, you will get that in a normal size envelope. Let's practice. I'm going to tuck it in from, I always put my cards in face down. So they've got more of a surprise when they take them out. I think it's just my envelope. Oops. It will go in, trust me. Let me get a Stampin' Up envelope. Oh, I've only got these ones left. If I line that up on there, it will fit in, see? Just. I mean just. So let's get this in now. Slide it down the bottom. You could squash your bow a little bit, just until you tell the recipient to push it back up. I'm telling porkies, aren't I? It's not going to go in. It will. It should do. It's this little... It's the bow it is. I'm going to have to squash it down a little bit. But there you go. Hey-ho. Oops. It's because of these little flaps. That's it. It's in there. Yay. I told you it would. Oh, there's that one. And I'm not getting it out. Oh, yes, I am. It's a little bit tight, but then just tell the recipient to puff those little bows back up. And there's your card. That's the one we just done together. This is the one I did earlier, and it does fit in my regular size envelope. It's all these little flaps here. But you could actually glue those ends down and shorten your card, but then it looks like his shirt's hanging out and not tucked all the way right down. But yeah, I love it. I just thought I'd give you something to play with. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to press the subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed. I will be back tomorrow with card number 4 for masculine, and I will see you all, love you all then. Bye.